going? It's Mitch here with Chris, Rod, and Steve here for NFL Draft Round 2 and 3. We'll see exactly how far we last today. Last night we lasted about 2.5 hours. Got us through about pick number 20. We'll see how we make it today. Of course, these rounds of the draft move a lot faster than last night. Steve, Bengals not moving here on the pick. They've made it crystal clear. Any idea who they're going with? I said Josh Jones earlier.
I mean, that's a good pick. Again, they drafted Burrow, so it makes sense to shore up the offensive line. So,
Chris, how about you? What are you thinking?
I think they're going to go offensive lineman as well, but I have a feeling they're going to go Ezra Cleveland out of Boise State.
looks like Rod Stewart's playing at Caesar's Palace for my TV. Yeah, but it'll go quick tonight, right? What do they get? 5 minutes tonight?
5 minutes, and most teams don't even take that long. With how long that everything takes, it seems to announce the pick these days. Michael Irvin said he was looking at a running back run and a wide receiver. He was looking at a wide receiver run. A lot of people looking for a running back run early in this round. Been a lot of talk about the quarterbacks here, and a look at a lot of quarterbacks that have been drafted in third round historically. I mentioned Jacob Eason earlier. I think he has the most upside. I think Jake Fromm, if he's with the right team like Joe Montana and Tom Brady were, well, he certainly has all the tools to play with that type of team. I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to rescue you with his arm, throw after throw. Jacob Eason, he reminds me a lot of Phil Rivers, gunslinger with a cannon arm. Jalen Hurts, he reminds me more of a slash type guy, that we saw in the past, where never really quite the quarterback.
I mean, we talked about Jalen Hurts this morning. I just don't see him translating to the NFL as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, Cordell Stewart never really was a quarterback in the NFL, that's for sure. Either. But there's been other quarterbacks who have. Julian Edelman was a college quarterback, of course. Matt Jones, a former number 1 pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars. For what that's worth, he was a quarterback in college. There's been a lot of quarterbacks in college that have gone on to play other positions in the NFL. I think with Jalen Hurts, he's thinking quarterback though.
Terrell Pryor. Right. I mean, he had the size and everything, and he couldn't make it. Wide receiver, and didn't really have a good NFL career, Terrell. Right?
No. I just think that easier said than done. Definitely easier said than done. But we should have some good action today. Like I said, plenty of players available on the board. We talked about the Packers. We talked about the Packers this morning. We talked about the Packers this morning and the trade, to get Jordan Love, and I still don't see it, and I still don't see the CeeDee Lamb pick. I guess not having the sound on yesterday, we did miss a few things, from the draft, and I know we did see, Cesar Ruiz, and we saw Isaiah Wilson, but a couple other things from the draft yesterday. Henry Ruggs getting drafted in the bathrobe, and CeeDee Lamb with the phone grab, actually my favorite that I've seen so far today. Chris, the CeeDee Lamb phone grab, I know you have something to say about that. Sure? That's right up your alley. What do you think the text was that he was getting when his girlfriend grabbed the phone, took the phone from him, and he did the? What do you think it was? Hey, baby, I think I'm really proud of you, or something.
She sent him a message saying, "The Cowboys needed you," with a question mark at the end of it.
Well, no, his girlfriend took the phone from, like, he's talking to the Cowboys. Obviously, the NFL
Oh, yeah,
given him
no,
a phone. He's got his regular
yeah.
phone on his knee right here. A text or something
And
happens. His girlfriend takes the phone off of his knee, and he just reaches his hand out and just grabs the phone away. It's
yeah,
like I know
I'm
I'm
not
on
I'm not
$50 million
expecting.
phone call here, but I mean he did it all in one motion. It was like, and the mother's reaction to it.
She looks at her like, "Don't be trying anything funny." He just signed. He just got drafted by the Cowboys.
So they're showing like a lot of guys that are watching the draft and stuff. They're showing Tom Brady now and Russell Wilson, a few other guys, streaming live. And I thought of the announcers, when they went around to their houses and they had the different sets. So the Michael Irvin today, they cropped out whatever that other trophy was that we couldn't figure out what it was yesterday. And they just showed the 3 Super Bowl trophies. And then he also has an artist rendition of him playing in a Cowboy uniform. And then a picture of him being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, Kurt Warner has really the best set of, better than that. He's got the Super Bowl trophy. He's got the AP Most Valuable Player trophy, the NFL Man of the Year trophy, and his Hall of Fame bust, all on one shelf. And then he has some kind of other award that's shaped like a star. I'm not sure what that is. Any idea what that one is? The one that's shaped like a star?
But back to Irvin, we were talking about it last night. The only thing I could see, it said, "God is something." And that was it. So what, they're not showing it tonight?
No, they cropped it out. That's what they did. They cropped out. They cropped out the.
Does Michael Irvin have a trophy for when they knocked on the door in the hotel and he said, "You know who I am"?
Well, I love the best. You know who I am. I think is Reese Witherspoon was one of my favorite. You know who I am's.
No, what's that one? I don't know.
She
that
was
one.
arrested and did the "You Know Who I Am."
Oh, okay.
Like, let's see, you're 4'6". It's like how many other 4'6" people do we know? But so I've been doing my diet, and one of the foods that's allowed on the diet is eggs, right? And what I've come to realize in just 2 days of doing this diet is that I like eggs, but I like them better with French fries, pancakes, and some really nice toast. I know Chris is a French toast guy. Chris, what do you like with your eggs?
Oh man.
Sausage?
See, I've become. I've become the guy that I use eggs outside of just breakfast. Like I'll use it. Like I'll put it on a burger or something. But if I'm having just eggs, bacon and eggs. I'm simple.
Sausage and eggs to me.
I'm an omelet guy. I like omelet. You get like a ham and cheese, or peppers and onions, and mushroom. Give me a nice veggie omelet, some hash browns, some sausage, nice toast.
Yeah, I always skip the home fries and hash browns. I like crinkle cut French fries with mine. Crinkle cut French fries. I like toast. I'm not a bacon or sausage guy, unless it's chicken sausage. And then a small or large stack of pancakes, depending what kind of mood I'm in.
Or a fruit cup if they don't have a fruit plate.
Or a fruit cup if they don't have a fruit cup. Oh, that would be the fruit cup. So
That still might have been.
it's about 10 after 1 here in Hawaii in the afternoon. I have not received another DirecTV box, and the running total is still at 2. I know that all 3 of these guys I've mailed Pick Dogs shirts to. Has anyone got their Pick Dog shirts in the mail?
Not yet.
All right, so you should be expecting it. I would guess Steve would be my bet to get it first.
I'll bet Steve gets his first.
Guys.
I'll take that bet.
What's the steeper bet? Joe Burrow going first overall, or Steve getting his shirt first?
Probably about the same.
You never know.
The same percent.
You never know.
Ours will sit in customs for 3 days
You never know.
or longer.
The Bengals are on the clock here, and they are once again milking it for all it's worth.
I think it's 7. I think it's 7 minutes for the second round.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Because it was well over 5 minutes when I looked at the TV.
Oh, so you get 5 after that, and then it goes to 4 in the last round.
I think so. Yeah.
Because the Bengals.
I mean, it's always been 5, but maybe because of the unique situation we're in, maybe it's 7 this year.
Wow, the Bengals have gone 29 seasons without a playoff win. I thought the Dolphins had the longest, but it's actually the Bengals. So what Mela Kiper is saying they need is wide receiver, edge rusher, linebacker. So my pick earlier today was T. Higgins and Josh Jones to go in this spot. But,
They might take Pittman here too. Watch out for Pittman.
Michael Pittman. I think Pittman's. I like.
I'm gonna go line.
Yeah, Kiper has not been too right this draft outside of those top 3 picks. That's for sure.
I'll stick with Cleveland, but if they go wide receiver, they might go Denzel Mims.
You love your Denzel Mims. You just keep talking about him.
Well,
he's good.
He was the guy that I had going in the first round. But
this is like the Steinbrenner episode of Seinfeld. Everyone liked Phelps. Phelps. You traded Trey Buhner.
My baseball told me Phelps.
T. Higgins sitting there on the couch. My pick.
Yeah, that's viable.
Yeah, but
there we go.
Not on the phone. Pick is in. T. Higgins is not on the phone. To me, I think the Cowboys have some ground to make up here.
What if they're calling him? He's just not answering the phone. He's like, I don't want to go to Cincinnati. I'm just not gonna.
It's like, we know you're home. Everybody's home. It's like, this is like the time
we can see you.
People call you and you have to pick up the phone because it's like everyone knows you're around, It's like I really don't want to answer that. I really don't want to answer. I was like, we know you're there. It's like...
Oh, I didn't know you were calling me. It said unknown number. It said no caller ID. I didn't know who it was.
Actually, DirecTV, it says, when they call you, it says potential spam.
Oh. Wish I had that.
So the UFC has scheduled 3 cards of fights, and the first one is a monster. Right out of the gate.
Yeah.
They haven't shown Xavier McKinney here at all. So the knock on him is actually he ran a slow time. I dug into this a little deeper today. And here we go. The Bengals, the pick is...
T. Higgins.
He's ahead of me, but that was my pick today, and I'm sticking with it.
I mean, it makes sense. AJ Green has been banged up, that type of thing, and you know.
So T. Higgins, we saw him. We saw him for Clemson. He had Trevor Lawrence. One thing that we know is super athletic. So those Clemson wide receivers. Certain schools produce certain NFL players, and for the last 10 years or so, the Clemson wide receivers have been as good as anybody. A lot of them have been banged up too, but certainly have produced some great wide receivers. T. Higgins can fly as well. With Higgins gone, we got the Colts on the clock. So the Colts haven't picked. They traded their pick in the first round. They had gotten for DeForest Buckner. They traded it to the 49ers. No, they traded it to Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
So
I think they take Ross Blacklock here.
I think that's the pick is in. I would say a last ditch thing here. I would say McKinney. I don't think they need safety.
Makes sense.
I said Blacklock earlier today, but
They just take the best available guy, best value on the board right now. McKinney's right up there, though.
couldn't
That's a
believe
viable option.
he was still available.
He's going to be their red zone weapon for the future with Joe Burrow, right? Yeah, absolutely. Listen, there were some people that say he fell off a little bit.
It's like I don't remember the second round moving this slow.
A couple of weeks ago, I was done. That might have been one of the reasons why. But you cannot.
I thought they would definitely be faster.
Well, the Colts went pretty quick here. It's only the second pick.
Yeah, but they haven't announced it yet.
I got it, but they're not waiting.
I think the Dolphins are going to have a tough choice if.
Your boy Pittman.
Rod liked Pittman as well. So it's the wide receiver run continuing here.
Yep.
Maybe they're decided to cut bait with Paris Campbell. Or, they go Paris Campbell, they cut bait elsewhere. T.Y. Hilton, he's been doing it by himself there for a while now. He's been injured plenty.
Yeah, I think the Colts wanted Higgins, but he wasn't there, so you got to take the next best.
It's still.
I think this is where
Chris likes Mims.
I think Ross Blacklock goes next. I think he goes to Detroit.
I think that's probably the logical pick. I think that's where I had him this morning. Was Blacklock there because they had passed on Brown. Earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, Blacklock does make sense here for sure.
Keith wants to know who won exactly the right guy to the right team. I think it was. I think it was pretty even around the board. I think later in the first round is when I nailed a bunch of them, but I think early I probably reached a few times. Maybe more because I was hoping. Frank Reich looks really stressed out there after the Pittman pick. Pick is in for the Lions, so they are starting to move along here.
Frank Reich just looks like he has all his stuff. Like he wasn't prepared for it, and they just sent him like a bunch of Colts stuff, and just like, here, just put it up. It doesn't matter what it is, where it goes, just put it up.
But do you think like when Ruggs was in the robe, do you think that he was you think he thought he was going to get picked later?
Yeah, I actually
Yeah, I think so.
Just wasn't ready for it. Matt Patricia. I think that it's possible here too that we see. I don't know. I think Blacklock makes the most sense.
Or Zach Bond. I think Blacklock goes here. I think Ross goes here.
Well, Patricia better hit a home run in this draft because he ain't going to be the coach much longer.
It's tough to say, like with him, because he was dealt this Matthew Stafford card that he couldn't do a lot with.
I got it.
Tough, like Matthew Stafford has a lot of the same issues that Matt Ryan and Aaron Rodgers have. Too much invested in one place. They were pretty. So the Lions actually picked up Geronimo Allison from the Packers. Paul Pasqualoni, no more running the defense there in Detroit.
Right. Syracuse head coach.
There's the frozen camera. Bob Quinn. Boy, the Lions just a bad team. Lions have been drafting up here as long as I can remember. How many drafts can you remember? The Charles Rogers draft, they were drafting third. The Barry Sanders draft, they were drafting third. I mean, they've drafted third a lot. Here we go.
All right.
Deandre Swift. So that sets up Dobbins. We talked a lot this week about Detroit running backs. I think it was Deandre Swift that Rod didn't like, right? That he said he would rather have the Detroit Lions running backs than Deandre Swift.
Yep.
That was the guy. Well, now we're going to find out if he can crack the roster.
Now Detroit has Swift.
Rod thinks he fits perfectly in
Perfect
line.
place for him.
He fits perfectly.
Perfect add to the Detroit.
He's
Way to go, Detroit. Way to pick up another crappy running back.
The Giants, the pick is in already. Steve, any quick call here?
I did talk to my brother, the big Giant fan. He's okay with Andrew Thomas as the first-round pick. I got to think the defense here for them.
I think it's Zach Bond, and I think if he didn't have the failed drug test, I would feel a lot better about it here. But I think that you almost have to take him or Chris's guy, Espinosa.
Yeah,
I think it's going to either be McKinney or Bond here.
Blacklock or Bond.
Yeah, I don't see Blacklock here.
Now the Giants, have covered the line with Dexter Lawrence last year.
Yep.
They went big.
They went big in the middle last year. The defensive line. I think you got to go with. I think you got to go Zach Bond or Epinesa.
Yep. I mean, they cut Alec Ogletree, etc.
And they went out and they got Blake Martinez. So it's like you're gonna need someone to replace him.
Right.
Could be Fulton too.
Well, interestingly enough, the Patriots are next on the clock, and I'm thinking Jacob Eason already.
Maybe.
Hopefully, cash some props.
They're going to a commercial here.
Yep.
Oh gosh, Grant Delpit also here. With, McKinney, another possibility. McKinney, Delpit, I would say Bond, Epinesa. Look at this best available list and see who we got.
I guess Vanessa is also a possibility here too.
I'll tell you
Espinosa.
who's the steal at linebacker, and it's a total homer pick by me, but it's Shaq Quarterman, and I think a team gets him in the 4th, 5th round, they're going to be very, very happy, very happy. This guy can play, but Logan Wilson fits the Giants pretty well too. He's a Giants type of guy. Oh wait, they took somebody there. I thought they showed it. No. Dak Bond. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be. I don't see any other place to go here. Could it be Antoine Winfield? Maybe. They don't take Antoine Winfield. The Dolphins are going to have a tough choice. They're probably giddy that they didn't take Josh Jones in the 1st round.
Yeah, you're right.
Josh Jones has got to be the biggest dropper. And then McKinney. McKinney clocked in slow. And that's, in the NFL, that's never going to put you into that next thing. Alabama's had some great safeties. Minka Fitzpatrick, Eddie Jackson,
Yeah.
Giants is tough because you're just never sure who they're going to take. It doesn't have to make sense.
Here we go.
Who's the best long snapper available?
In the draft, or
Yes.
I couldn't answer that question. I have no idea.
Tyler Bass is actually ranked as the number 1 kicker, not Blankenship. Yeah, I think right now, safety is actually the deepest spot on the board right here. You have, because none have been taken. So you have McKinney, Winfield, Delpit, Jeremy Chin. All guys who got big accolades coming in.
Gentleman wearing the mask in the library.
He should put on the Darth Vader mask. That would make a mockery of the whole thing. Hawaii announcing that golf course is likely to open next week. Denzel Mims, Mel Kiper's 10th ranked player on the board. My people told me it's Mims. There it is. It is.
That's a good pick.
Oh, They have bombed at safety in the NFL draft for a long time. They had Landon Collins. They let him get away. I'm not really sure the whole story on that.
They didn't want to pay.
But it's like just like the Dolphins not taking McKinney yesterday. It's like you're trading way down. This guy's not like Landon Collins. He's not Minka Fitzpatrick. He's none of those things. He played on a very, very good team.
So what does that say about Jabril Peppers that they got in the OBJ trade?
Oh, he's the worst. He's pure. He's
Exactly.
straight crap.
All right.
Hated the pick. Never understood it. He was a tweener guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a tweener guy too. Well, here are the Patriots on the clock. Chris, who do you hope you're going to get? Who do you think you're going to get?
I think we're gonna get Jacob Eason, but I hope for Jake Fromm. But again, I know it's too early for that. So
Here, Jacob Eason.
I think so.
Steve,
I think you could be right.
who do you think they're going to get? Who do you hope they're going to take?
I think they're going to take Espinosa. I don't think they're taking Eason.
I think it's going to be. I think if it's not Eason, it's going to be Komet or Troutman.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's not Eason, I was thinking Troutman as well. I think Troutman just fits the mold better.
Yep.
If it's not Eason here, then I got Komet.
And it is.
I just don't want to have to say. Komet.
Kyle Duggar.
Nice. Lenore Rhine University. Kyle Duggar.
He was someone I was reading about when I was covering all the safety stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people were high on him. You can't really, the Patriots have been a team that have dug deep for safeties, and they've done well with them over the years. So, who am I to criticize their picks at safety?
Exactly.
These guys have hit home runs across the board, at safety. I mean, Chung, and they had, Lawyer Malloy.
Well, not that they drafted Rodney Harrison, but he was pretty damn good.
Well, Lawyer Malloy they had Harrison. They've had, Chung. McCourty. They've done extremely well. Panthers are on the clock. They got a lot of places to fill in. I think Zach Bond here, possibly, with Kuechly's departure.
That's a possibility.
I guess Antoine Winfield.
I don't know if that's a big need for them, but it wouldn't be a bad pick. I'd say there it is. It's quick. See, now they're moving. Gross Matos.
Not a bad pick.
Nope, I like him.
Derek Brown and him, not bad.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Well, we got the Dolphins on the clock. I'm hoping for Dobbins. And that's who I think we're going to get, too. So I think it's going to be.
I think so too. 'Cause I really think the Dolphins wanted Swift, but he's gone. So now you're gonna get Dobbins here.
Yeah, I'm on Dobbins as well. I think if they were to go anywhere else, they might go defense here. They might go Blacklock, but I do think they're going Dobbins as well.
I don't know. It's like I think the way things have fallen, I think it could be Blacklock here. They do have another pick in this round, and Jonathan Taylor might be there the way things are going. Blacklock certainly won't be. You know, I think Blacklock makes more sense here. I think with Jonathan Taylor, Cam Akers, Zach Moss, AJ Dillon, all on the board here still. DJ Dallas, my guy, who I love him. You know, but the pick is in for the Dolphins. They're definitely filling some holes in a hurry in this draft with 3 picks in the first round. And they got a bunch of picks to go.
Team got a lot.
Chris,
Oh my!
little surprised here about Zach Bonds dropping, or you think it has to do with the drug test?
Doesn't help his cause.
Chris, we've lost your sound.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're on mute. He muted
Sorry.
himself.
I didn't mute myself. I guess I was having issues. I don't know. Yeah, no, I do think that the drug test doesn't help the cause, but I still thought he was going to be going just outside the first round, maybe early second.
People had him going very high, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess they have the camera set up at his house.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me, Steve, who was the BYU quarterback that time when he was like, he left early and then he just like never got drafted? And they asked him like, why did you leave
Never got
BYU?
drafted.
Great.
Robbie Bosco.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Bosco. Bosco got
Robbie Bosco.
nah. I'll remember. I'll look it up.
He didn't do anything in the end.
Yeah, but he was signed by the Packers. I believe he was drafted by them.
Not Detmer.
No.
Left early, didn't get drafted.
Yep. It was. Not sure.
How recent was it?
Yeah, exactly. How long ago?
Wasn't that long ago. John Beck.
Beck.
John Beck, good one.
John Beck. He left early, and they asked him. It was the 5th round, and they asked him like he was sitting on the couch at his house. And they asked him, "Why did you leave early?" He said, "Well, Mel Kiper said I was a first-round pick." Which, I mean, is legitimate, right? I mean, it's legitimate. That's why they've changed all this, where it's like you can change your mind. You know, if you can do, once you declare for the draft, that used to be it. Houston not on the clock yet. It's still Miami.
Yep. When the pick is in.
Well, it's going to be one of those situations where it's going to be quick back-to-backers because they sure are taking their time here. I kind of like
Houston
Marlon
has
Davidson here from Auburn, too. You know, defensive end.
Yeah, it could be. Again. They got a lot of holes there in Miami.
There's Delpit showing. I like this that they're showing everybody at home.
Yeah, but Delpit's also a possibility, too.
I don't think so.
Huh? He had first round written all over him.
in pencil, and they erased it.
So is Zach Vaughn. So is Epinesa. Just this guy. Chris Kirsten. Brian Flores looks somewhat happy, so he could be defense. Could be Blacklock. Makes a lot of sense.
I have a funny way of cursing people, apparently. So.
Jake Fromm.
Robert Hunt.
There it is. Guard from Louisiana. Yep. No one had that one. Put a line through that one next to my Packers sim pick from yesterday.
But he had sure.
All right. I watch a ton of college football. Here's the first guy, really, him and the Patriots guy, Kyle Duggar, who I'd actually heard of because of the draft preview stuff, but I had never really heard of him before that. But here's the first guy that plays like Division I football that's been drafted that I had no idea who he was. But, you know, the Dolphins have traditionally been good guard drafters, I have to say. They traditionally draft well at guard, if that means anything. They've had probably three of the best guards in recent memory. So Larry Little, Roy Foster is beast at guard. A road grader.
More injury question marks on Hunt.
Robert Hunt. No relation to Mike.
Yeah. He probably would have went first round, but he's got injury question marks.
Dolphins built two guys now on that offensive line to block for Tua. I think they were less in love with J.K. Dobbins, which I'll tell you what leaves DJ Dallas on the board for them, and drafting a Miami guy not something that the Dolphins shy away from either. The Hurricanes have three guys out there that if the team was decent would have been first round picks this year. Pickney, Quarterman, and DJ Dallas, all first round quality. Got the Texans on the clock here. This is their first pick of the draft.
Blacklock.
Blacklock.
Mainly because I'm tired of saying his name, Blacklock. I'd stay with an in-state guy.
Yep, there it is. Which takes us to the Browns.
I'm gonna say the Browns take McKinney right here.
I think the Browns are going to trade to the Giants, try and get Steve's guy back, the guy he was just talking about.
Yeah, they traded the pick to the Colts.
This pick has been traded?
To the Colts. Haven't heard what yet, but
So the Colts wanted Blacklock, I'm sure. We're probably hoping
And now they'll take him here.
Well, he's gone.
290 pounds. Why didn't the right system the pass rush at TCU? But boy, can he bend and get underneath?
Any idea what the Colts were looking for here?
Do they still keep their 44th pick? Or do they trade that away?
I don't know what the terms are.
How about J.K. Dobbins?
I think that's a possibility. They were a little thin at running back last year. Mack was a good back for them, but he was injured. I think defensive tackle, though, is the spot that they're looking at. The Blacklock's father is the coach of the Globetrotters. That's why he's got those balls, those colored balls.
Right.
And there is the celebration as Ross Blacklock is staying close to home, taken by the Houston Texans. And there you see Bill O'Brien, happy, and then you see a sign on his 17-year-old son, Jack. Thank you for Frontline.
Whoever's got the volume up, you got to keep it down because we'll be in copyright violation. Flagged on YouTube. Here's the pick for the Colts. It is. Traded up for this.
Good
So the
pick.
Browns got the Colts pick. It's Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
There it is. So, thought it was possibly a running back, but got the wrong one.
I think that's a great pick for them.
I don't love Jonathan Taylor, but we'll see what happens.
I do.
I think he's a little soft. So that puts the Bears on the clock. The Bears need a lot of help. Jags have done pretty well in this draft, but defensive tackle is the need. Offensive tackle, tight end. So here could be Komet.
I was thinking Komet, yeah.
You got to get some kind of help from Minshew. So, as we continue down here, any possible landing spots for Jacob Eason?
I was just going to say, what about Jacksonville?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they're sold on Minshew.
We talked about it. You're not. I'm not. Puck dogs aren't.
Or what about even Chicago right after?
They got a lot of.
They say they're committed. They have a lot of money in Trubisky, but I'll tell you, they're starting to sound more and more flexible by the day.
I'm just filling in the tape here. That people are wondering what I'm doing. Just filling in the tape for our ticker. And we'll be using the ticker a lot going forward. Leaving our picks in there and stuff. Get that question all the time. Who'd you take in this? Who'd you take in that? It'll all be in the ticker. It's in the ticker. So those of you that took the under 3 cable boxes from DirecTV, right now you're in the money. We're going to give them until the weekend to see how many they actually mail. And Best Buy, I would say if you're getting shipping from them, I'd be flat out avoid. I ordered something from Best Buy, and they said it'll be there by the 21st. It got to San Francisco by the 21st. They shipped it like fourth class mail from San Francisco to here, and I don't know when I'm ever going to get it.
Yeah, the Browns moved to 44. They took the 44th spot.
Yep.
Looks like just a big old swap.
Got it in the tape.
Yeah.
So the Dolphins probably thinking that something's going to be available for them at running back later on. Or that they could trade up for Dobbins.
Better do it before 45. If Dobbins is still on the board at 45, he goes to Tampa.
I'm seeing how my hair regrowth is looking on camera. Still can't really see it yet. But decided to grow the hair back. Those of you that don't know, I never officially lost my hair or all of it. It was definitely thinning out on top as natural with age, but I just couldn't find anyone to cut it here, and I just couldn't stand like getting the appointments or anything like that, so I just shaved it. I've been wearing it like that for about 2.5 years. But
I could let it grow too, and then I'd look like Hulk Hogan. So no.
Let me tell you something, brother.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I
What you gonna do? Still waiting for news on some sports. What do you guys think of this NHL possibly coming back?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that's a real possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So
there.
what's going to happen if they come back? What do you foresee as the?
I'm hearing July.
July?
As
They already
I'm
announced
hearing
mid-May or something.
I was hearing July as the earliest.
I heard June. They're going to finish the rest of the regular season in June. Playoffs start July.
There you have it.
Is what Bettman's trying for. He made he phoned the premier of Alberta to try to see what he could set up.
Yeah.
I think Edmonton
You get the
is a
premier of Alberta
realistic
involved.
spot.
All bets are off.
All the neutral sites fell apart because they just couldn't get word on if they were going to have sufficient accommodations.
Who's the premier of Alberta? Who is the premier of Alberta?
It's like the governor.
Jalen Hurts texting away. Who do you think he's texting with?
I don't know, but he's going to be texting for a while tonight.
Boy, this has been the longest it's taken from when a pick was made for them to announce it. I'm going to guess we're going to have some back-to-backers here. That's what's going to happen.
Jalen Hurts messaging someone, put a bet for me to go in the 4th round plus 1,200.
And there's Roger Goodell. It's got the pole.
And change course. I think they're going to go AJ Epinesa.
Did they take Laviska Shenault?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
And this is why you're the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's like, did they just take Laviska Shenault? Alrighty. That totally fills some voids for you. I got some people. So someone else for Minshew to throw to.
Yeah, but here's a guy that he just didn't have the numbers.
No.
I don't see it. I mean, these are the
I
guys
don't
that
either.
these are the guys that brought us Blaine Gabbert and Blake Bortles. And these are the guys.
Okay, I'm tired of saying this, but McKinney goes here. He's going to the Bears.
To play with Eddie Jackson?
Yep.
No, McKinney's gone, right?
Is he gone?
McKinney's gone.
Yeah, McKinney's gone.
Oh, okay.
So it's Delpit.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go Komet here.
And I'll go Winfield Jr.
I'm going to go Ezra Cleveland.
I'm just tired of repeating the same names and then having them not go off the board.
So McKinney went to the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad.
Yep.
The Bears have 2 picks, in pretty close proximity. In these spots. So I'm believing Ezra Cleveland here. But I don't know. Steve, any commentary on the Chanot pick by the Jags?
I think this guy's. Did he have injuries? I think that's kind of why he's second round. Good size, production.
He had Steven Montez. That's who he had. He had Steven
And
which
he had a pelvic injury too, but
I'd have a pelvic injury too if I had to go out there and have Steven Montez lobbing me balls over the middle all day against Pac-12 defenses. Nothing fun about that.
he had Steven Montez syndrome for 2 years.
Right.
So third round has been a jackpot for quarterbacks over the years. Looks like where Easton and Fromm are headed right now. Ryan Pace looks like he's about 15 years old.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Would you prefer this or Ditka?
Yeah, the Patriots don't have a pick for a while now.
Komet? Did they just take Komet? Cole Komet to the Bears?
They haven't announced a pick.
Oh.
Is that what you're seeing?
Looks like Cole. That's what I think so. Bears select Cole Komet.
No, I'm going to guess Cole Komet then.
Look at you.
Cole Komet. So Steve's Chase Claypool still on the board here.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, I have to check out for like 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
I just got to go pick up the wife, so.
Of course, we'll be here.
Well, Tyler Eifert. Who else we got? Mark Bavaro, Notre Dame. Now we can put him.
Rod's decided to stay with us in spirit.
You tell me if a dog starts squeaking a toy.
We're cutting you out.
Yes. And you know what? For Cleveland, I'm going to go Trevon.
Trade their pick to the Colts.
I'm going to go Trevon Diggs.
for the Browns?
For the Browns, I think they go Trevon Diggs here.
I think it's Claypool or Mims. Because they have Landry and Beckham, so it only makes sense. I'll tell you, this draft has gotten interesting with who's still on the board. Gotten very interesting. Matt Nagy looking pretty excited, and Komet. So, Chris, you're on. Who are you on here?
Trevon Diggs.
I think it's a reach on Diggs here. Could it be Zach Bond here?
Could be. They could use a linebacker.
What could they really not use? Would it be interesting if they took Eason here?
One less receiver for Mayfield to not throw to and hold on the ball too long to not get to.
So when are the Patriots picking again?
Did they get a third round deal or a third round pick for that trade in the trade to the Chargers?
They got a compensatory pick at 34 and a compensatory pick at 36.
They're picking again at 71. So third round, 7th pick.
Let's say they got a few picks in the third round.
Yeah.
Dave, who do you think it's going to be here for the Browns?
I don't know. I gotta be honest. I don't know.
I'm going with Zach Bond.
Yeah. I mean, New England has 4 picks in the third round, including the compensatory ones.
Yeah, I'd probably go defense. Thanks, sir.
Jalen Hurts makes a lot of sense here.
Of course it does.
I'm just going by, what we know from the way these guys draft. Of course, Browns. Not much luck. They have not made the playoffs in 17 years. Does that mean the new Browns have never been back to the playoffs? I thought they made it once in Butch Davis.
Ah, I think that's what it means.
Butch Davis said taking that job was the biggest regret of his career. But still a lot of talent out there. Josh Jones. Ezra.
Yeah, Tampa Bay stays at 45. I think they go Josh Jones.
They're showing Grant Delpit. He looks frozen, but he's not. I saw Grandma move in the back.
I like Delpit. I think.
Oddly enough, Delpit is wearing Browns colors. Antoine Winfield. Kevin Stefanski. Andrew Berry's first draft for the Browns.
He's a Harvard man.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot more than that. And here is Commissioner Goodell. I imagine the picks should be flying off the board. Yep, Delpit was wearing Browns colors. You know, he was wearing Browns colors the whole time. Thorpe winner.
All right, I need 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
We shall see you.
Okay. Okay.
Chris, it's just you and me and the Bucks.
And then there were two. Do you think this is where Dobbins could go?
A little tougher here, day 2 of the draft, because it's like now teams are really the best available player is kind of going to the wayside, and you really are kind of drafting for need.
Yeah. You think this is where Dobbins could go at 45?
To the Bucks?
Yeah.
I don't think that the need is there. I think it's Zach Bond. I just don't understand how he's still there.
Yeah.
And what are the Bucks looking like at running back right now? It's tough to keep going offense.
Yeah.
You know, when you have other needs and you have Zach Bond on the board. I mean, they have defensive needs too, more so than they have at offense. I don't know.
Who'd the Browns take?
Delpit.
Yeah, Delpit.
We'll bring Rod back.
I'm gonna stick with what I said. I think Dobbins goes right here.
Not seeing it.
Well, I mean, we have Ronald Jones II and Ogbunawale here.
I just don't see it. I think it's too high with Zach Bond there. You can't just keep going offense.
Yeah.
No, this Antonio Winfield Jr.
Rod is ahead of me on his TV. Antoine Winfield to the Bucks. So now the safeties are coming off the board. Add him to our list. To the ticker.
Jones is still around.
Who is that?
I think Jones goes here. Jones to the Broncos.
I think it could be Jones. I think it could be Ezra Cleveland.
Yeah, that could be too.
Chris, looking back in the draft order now, as we peel back, Broncos, then we have the Falcons next, Jets, Steelers, Bears, Cowboys. Any chance Zach Bond drops all the way to Dallas here? Because that seems to be the next stop in my Sean Lee spot where I pegged him this morning. I'm trying hard to replace Sean Lee.
It's not out of the question, that's for sure. Looking at who's picking next, I could definitely see Bond falling to the Cowboys. So you're right. Denver, Atlanta, the Jets, Steelers, Chicago.
it just seems like not a lot of teams with needs here. The Broncos, unless they're absolutely stuck with going for the best player available. But as we can see, also the Dolphins here, they're probably going to get a crack at Dobbins. And who's going to take them? The Falcons? No. The Jets? They have Le'Veon Bell. The Steelers? James Conner and Benny Snell. The Bears? They're pretty
Rams.
Cohen. The Rams?
Rams could take him.
The Rams have drafted up on running backs a lot. And here it is. Broncos take KJ Hamler, the guy that I liked. So the Broncos have gone wide receiver with their first 2 picks. There was my sleeper. I thought he was going to go much later than that. I love the pick. I'm just not sure. So Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler, the Broncos just revamping their entire wide receiver core. Did not see that one coming.
Nope.
Okay, well, the Falcons. Here's the Epinesa pick. Chris?
Yeah, I think so too.
Or Bond, right? One of those two. Someone's got to go.
I think Bond. I think Bond goes here.
I'm going to go with Epinesa. Vikings. I'm just filling in the board here for the tape. Filling in all the teams. But the Falcons, the pick is in. So, I mean, I don't understand why it's taking so long to get these names up. By tomorrow, they have them just flying up. They can't even keep up with it. But the Falcons, of course, took Terrell in the first round. So I think what we're seeing here is once again we're being reminded that the NFL draft far from an exact science, and seeing who teams are going to take, no one really is showing their hand, too much. The Falcons certainly, that's where they need the most help. It's on that defense, and Epinesa or. So it looks like it's Jordan. No, that was Seattle. What the hell's going on here? Oh well. Doesn't really matter. We'll get there. I think that, it's amazing to me how many first round guys are still on the board, right? Guys that were projected first round. At least a bunch.
Yeah, you're right.
They
take Marlon Davis in here? Who they took? We don't know yet.
We got Steve back with us. Steve, KJ Hamler coming off the board to the Broncos with the last pick. He was my guy that I thought was going to go a lot deeper down the way that they were projecting things. obviously the Broncos watch our show. Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler are just basically cutting bait with your entire wide receiver core, going with your young QB. I mean, is this kind of a revamping in process here for the Broncos? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, Elway has been in charge for, what, 5, 7, 8 years now? Breaking it down and, put the youth in there. And Locke seems to be the quarterback. And they got 2 studs out there. So
they were in a lot of close games last season. A lot of close games. I think the Broncos were in more close games than anybody. And they lost.
It's 2 good picks for them.
Well, the Falcons, both Chris and I are on Epinesa or Bond here. Rod is just a straight Bond. What do you see here for the Falcons? I mean, Chris is going to jinx Epinesa, all the way into the 4th round. He's just dead set on it. But I actually think that he is the pick here. Gotta like Epinesa in this spot.
Man, that's a good guess.
The only way it's not Epinesa is if you drop a little deeper, you go with Madubuike from Texas A&M. I think that's the only. If it's not one of those two, then you're digging into those defense tackles who probably aren't going to be there when you pick again.
Did the Jets just trade to Seattle?
Yep.
I thought that's what I read. Jets just traded their pick to Seattle.
Marlon Davidson, a guy that I liked also. So I like the pick. I don't know why I didn't have him in the mix there. But, yeah, I love it. I love the pick. But what we're seeing is the dropping of Epinesa and Bond. Bond is free-falling in this draft.
You can thank me for that.
No, I don't think you. I think you thank the failed drug test.
That's true. I can't take credit for everything.
Well, it doesn't help.
I think Davidson. I think the last 2 picks is where we're seeing how different organizations evaluate talent in different ways. I mean, obviously, John Elway watches the same games that I watch. Seeing what KJ Hamler can do and what a difference maker he can be, and also what has become the prototype slot receiver in the NFL these days. Tyreek Hill, Hamler, they're all in the same mold. Ruggs. We're splitting hairs between these guys. When they asked Mel Kiper this afternoon about what he thought of the Ruggs pick there, and he said when you get into a receiver class like this, it's splitting hairs between 1 and 10. He's like it's that good of a class, and I have to agree with him. There's going to be the guys who are going to be the bust here, But actually,
so who's going to Seattle?
Well, they obviously have their mind on something because they traded up for it, and it's got to be Epinesa at this point. It's got to be. If it's not Epinesa, then it is Madubuike. It's got to be Epinesa. I mean, I can't think of who else it could be.
How far did the Jets fall down? Trading. He said they traded.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they got that 27th pick from the Seahawks and something else or not. The Seahawks have the 27th and the 32nd in this round.
That's the Cleveland?
Oh, Ezra. Ezra Cleveland, the
Ezra,
offense. No, it's Daryl Taylor.
Oh.
Daryl Taylor, who from Tennessee. This is a guy that now they keep showing this same clip. This is the game that I talked about a lot this season. This was that Mississippi State Tennessee, debacle. This they've shown that almost all the clips that they show of him. Look who he's playing against: South Carolina. None of these are against in the Alabama game. I'm very, very concerned with this guy, I have to say. But the Seahawks, one of the best evaluators of talent, but they also have the least amount of drafted players on their roster.
That's true.
But it's Daryl Taylor, whether we like it or not. So
Defense and defense for the Seahawks.
But it was a defensive end, but it was not Epinesa. Epinesa must have really slow time.
I think the Steelers go receiver here for sure. It's just a matter of inside there.
Boy from Baylor.
My people say Mims.
There was a rumor floating around that this is where Hurts goes. That's why the weird line drops of 50.5 and under.
I heard that one. I heard that Steelers sniffing Hurts.
I really don't love it, but they are the ones that brought us.
I really don't love it either. Kill my prop bet.
The Steelers have really had a plethora of the Steelers, but when you look at who the Steelers have had as their backup quarterbacks in recent years, they have all seen a lot of action. You know, Landry Jones played way more than anyone ever thought he was going to play. And then last year they had the guy Hodges, right? No one ever saw that coming. Yeah. You know, it's like Steelers have to be thinking, something like that. So Eason all makes sense here from, and I guess, the way the Steelers, they like those big quarterbacks. I think, if Justin Herbert was there, they would have taken him, obviously. If it was them, instead of the Dolphins in that spot, they would have taken him. Instead, Hurts could be Hurts here. I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I'll go Mims or Claypool.
I'll tell you who the guy is that fits. If you want to say this is the guy that fits, it's Troutman.
Yeah.
But wide receiver also very possible.
I'm gonna go with Bond. I'm gonna stick out and I say Steelers take Bond right here.
I don't think that they're like a fit drug test guy. I don't think they'll go for that. I think the Steelers. I think they go for. It could be one of the tackles too, Josh Jones or Ezra Cleveland. The Dolphins seem to know something when they passed on Dobbins.
Yeah, but the Steelers always draft well. I think.
I just tuned in. Any idea when the NBA is getting back to normal? God, I wish. I wish too. I could say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tonight. Right now.
Tonight, yeah. Yeah, I wish I could tell you what games we're playing. Yeah.
I wonder how many NBA players, if you said we're going to restart the season tonight, how many of them would be up for it?
More than 50%.
They would all probably be like, we want Sunday off so we can watch Last Dance.
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes finally. It was really good.
What'd you have for dinner tonight, Chris?
My fiance's Armenian, so she had a family member send over some Armenian food, so that was really good.
There you go.
So it was like rice, stew.
They just showed Jalen Hurts on the thing, and Mike Tomlin is texting, and Hurts is texting. Mike Tomlin's one of those guys that always seems to be a little confused with technology and things of that nature. Doesn't seem to be in his wheelhouse. He's really not a tech guy.
He's the one finger texter.
Yeah, he is.
Chase Claypool.
There's our boy
See?
Claypool.
Claypool is off the board, going to the Steelers.
Well, I'll tell you what. The way the draft is breaking down, because we know this is a bust, right? So the way the draft is breaking down here is that the rich are going to get richer. I mean, because there's some tremendous talent here. So this Zach Bond, right? This Zach Bond who is still there. Someone's going to take him. This guy's going to be a star, and they're going to be like, well, he dropped on draft day because, and the Dolphins, right? You look at the Dolphins, and it's like they took the guy dropped on draft day, Laramie Tunsil, who I still think is way overrated. But it's like, so you take him at 11. He's a serviceable left tackle for you for a few years, and you get a boatload of picks for him. You trade him. I mean, you want to talk about the home run of home run picks. It was that guy. Ended up being their Herschel Walker, trade.
Yeah.
Could
Right.
be. He could be their Herschel Walker trade. I mean, they're still picking next year with him in the first round. I don't know. I just don't think that Tunsil, even though he was supposed to be a number 1 overall, I don't think that he rates out to be a 2 first rounder type of guy.
I mean, there's talk like he's the best offensive tackle or lineman in the NFL right now.
Yeah, the talk is that he just signed the biggest contract for an offensive tackle in the NFL.
Right.
That doesn't make him the best.
Is he? I'm saying, is he? I don't think so.
I don't think it's even close. He seems to miss a lot of blocks. So 2 Notre Dame players are gone now, Claypool and Kmet.
Yeah.
But we got the Bears on the clock here. And I don't know, man. The Bears have been looking for an offensive tackle for the last 35 years. I think Josh Jones here. I think Ezra Cleveland. There it is.
Yeah, I was thinking Josh Jones.
Jalen Johnson, cornerback of Utah. This guy's great. This guy's really good. This is a good pick.
Good.
He's really good. That was a good pick. Comes out
Boom,
of
boom.
I like the pick.
Casharoo hurts over the 50.5.
I got
That was just a big old scammeroo there.
All right,
Everybody's
Steve.
like, under. Quick, take the under.
Cowboys are up
tomorrow.
Cowboys are on the clock.
I know. I said after the Cowboys pick, I got a bounce.
All right.
Who is it going to be?
Mitch is Bond to Dallas.
Bond to Dallas.
Was my prediction, but I gotta say that with Jalen Hurts on the board, I gotta think that's where the Cowboys are going. But
yeah, my ass.
That's what you said about my CeeDee Lamb pick yesterday before the phone grab. Next thing you know, it was the phone grab.
I see one of their needs is safety, so I'm going to take a shot. I think maybe take Jeremy Chin out of Southern Illinois.
No way.
Espinosa.
I just want to see if I can get a reaction out of you.
No chance. No chance.
I'll go Espinosa.
No chance.
No?
No chance. It's Jalen Hurts. Mail it in. Jerry Jones loves Oklahoma. He's still trying to take.
We feel that Jalen Hurts.
He's trying to take the guy that the Chargers took. It's like, can't we take the guy that the Chargers took? Can't we also draft him? Jerry Jones on his yacht $250 million yacht watching the draft. Roughing it.
Diggs. Javon Diggs.
You know what? That's not a bad guess. Could be one of the top corners available. And he's right up there.
Is that what you're seeing, Rod, or is that your guess?
In the kind of live chat thing that's going on over here on my iPad thing, that's what people are guessing.
Oh.
It's not a bad
But I haven't
guess.
seen it. Usually it pops up on the screen on this whatever this is.
Maybe Matabuki.
Who's the best safety?
It's Jalen Hurts.
Who's the best safety available right
Jalen Hurts.
now?
I feel good about it.
He can play anywhere. He can play anywhere.
This is almost like when Mitch has a pick that he says he loves. This is Jalen Hurts now. I'm trying to.
I've talked myself into it. Oh, man. I think it's... I don't know. So we're kind of all over the board here.
No, the pick is in.
It is Diggs. Javon Diggs.
See, I'm still in a commercial.
Yep, Trevon Diggs. Cowboys select Trevon Diggs.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see.
No, Rod was ahead on the last pick, too.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not seeing it on the board here on ESPN, but
Neither am I yet.
I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Sure.
He fits. Definitely a need, but it's not, Bond, which is a much bigger need.
The Cowboys need secondary help. They got no depth. Byron Jones went to Miami.
You got to replace Sean Lee.
I do.
I mean, this guy is not just a liability. How many years has Sean Lee seen Game 14 in his career?
Not many.
I think Dobbins is falling right into the hands of the Dolphins here.
Because
doesn't. Cam Akers is a local guy. They love him. There's a lot of good
A.J. Dillon still available.
There's a lot of good backs. There's a lot of good players on this board. I could see this thing going, this being one of the deeper drafts. Well, they keep saying the pick is in, but ESPN has not shown this pick, even though Rod has confirmed that it's Diggs.
Yeah, I'm already on to the next one. What's going on? I think the Rams take Cam Akers. Like, what am I watching that you guys are? Is ESPN behind? Really? I'm going to say the Rams take Cam Akers.
Because ESPN just showed Epinesa. Jerry Jones on his yacht.
Yeah.
We're going to find out soon enough. Roger Goodell is announcing the picks on ESPN. So I don't think it's on a 5-minute delay. Here it is.
Yeah, like
if it is, then
I like it.
But we should look up some bet numbers if we can find these numbers.
Because it is Diggs.
And they just showed it, like I said on this thing
Bills
here.
in need.
It said Akers. Akers goes to the Rams, running back.
All right, I got to bounce, guys. We'll
All right.
talk to you tomorrow.
I'll see you, Steve.
Guys. Bye.
Cam Akers to the Rams. It still leaves a lot of talent. You think Zach Bond drops all the way to third round to the Lions? Because we know Patricia loves him.
He could.
But yeah, the team needs for the Rams are not even, running back, not even really listed here. This is their first pick in this draft.
Yeah, they got another one coming up pretty quick too. They're at 57.
So that would put the Eagles.
The Eagles are up next.
Chris, who do you like for the Eagles?
Definition.
Eventually, you might be right.
Eventually.
The
I think
one time I choose to not say it.
I think it's going to be one of the tackles.
Yeah, I'll go Josh Jones.
Sean McVay has a very similar setup to Cliff Kingsbury, where they kind of have a backyard which is mostly cement. And the Rams,
Eagles select Jalen Hurts.
there it is.
Wow.
Yeah,
Hurts to the Eagles.
I guess they're not sold on Carson Wentz.
Nope, they just took Hurts.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So, boy,
Hurts is Wilson. Hurts is Wilson. Hurts is not Wilson. Someone's like, Hurts is like Russell Wilson. Okay.
not even close.
Yeah, then somebody underneath goes, Hurts is not Wilson. Russell Wilson is super accurate. Hurts is not. Hurts about to be a receiver.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's weird that we're so far behind. Chris, what do you show?
I'm on the feed right now. The NFL Network feed. They're showing highlights of Cam Akers right now. I still see the pick is in for the Eagles.
It's crazy.
Whatever this, I've never even heard of Pro Football Focus.
Yeah. Oh, there
To
you.
YouTube.
Yeah, Pro Football Focus definitely a reputable source.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth is the guy right on Pro Football Focus. Here's the Eagles pick. But
I think Buffalo's up next. I think Fulton goes to Buffalo.
who do you think?
Fulton. Fulton goes to Buffalo here. I don't think Buffalo cares about his drug test.
I don't know. People seem to care. I don't know. I don't love that Jalen Hurts pick. I'll tell you that much.
No, that's a bad one.
It's interesting because, like, you know, the Eagles have so much in Wentz, but he seems to get hurt all the time. Brian Hurlbutt with the news 20 minutes later. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we see such a high number of busts in the NFL draft every year.
Got more busts out of the first round. Other percentages. Hey.
So, not seeing anything here on the internet or anywhere about this next pick, though. At least
No,
not yet.
still says
We're looking offensive line. Probably stay with you guys through the entire second round. I think be good. Starting to slow down a little. These 2-hour shows not really our thing. At least not my thing. I kind of like the idea of it, but I don't. It's kind of like it's too long in between picks. Here's where Epinesa goes, Chris.
I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. Probably.
Yeah, I would say it is too. Epinesa or Bond. Eventually, we're going to be right. It's amazing that these guys are ahead like this. Looks like Chris Collinsworth has had some tech problems. Pro Football Focus. But what do the Patriots do at this point?
yeah.
Oh man, are they going slow?
Yeah.
Ravens should take a linebacker. I think so. And the Bills. To me, it's amazing how long they're taking this draft in between picks. It seemed like Pro Football Focus was ahead, and now they're back on.
Yeah, and then it's been saying pick is in, and it's like
They've kind of fell behind. Now it's Epinesa to the Bills. So Chris, you were right.
For once, woo!
The Ravens now on the clock. So Dolphins still have a shot at Dobbins. But, do they think he's still going to be there as well? Again. So, who's on the board here? Ravens. This could be just about
You go Matabuki.
You think so? In the middle of the defensive line?
I think so.
You don't think they go wide receiver for Lamar Jackson?
It's possible, but I think they go Matabuki still. Maybe pick up a receiver in the third round.
The Ravens have always been really good at picking guys who are kind of well known. They also boy, it's tough, right?
Yeah.
Because Jeremy Chin makes sense with them too. He's their type of guy. Yeah, I think the Dolphins have had a good draft. I'm with you on that. I think they've had definitely filled some holes, and I think they're going to fill a lot more as the draft goes on. I think with all the guys that have dropped in this draft, the teams with a lot of picks, really a lot to pick from. There's still a ton of good talent here. There's still guys out here that if they would have gone in the first round, no one would have been surprised.
pick is in.
Seems I don't know. I have to say that Jalen Hurts pick, I'm just not loving it. They definitely, they lost Hayden Hurst too, so Troutman is another possibility here.
Wow, this chat's going 8 bananas saying that Dobbins is going to the Ravens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Wow, right in front of the Dolphins. Weird Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards. They seem pretty set at running back, but I guess Dobbins does fit pretty well. Ingram.
Now who do the Dolphins take? More offensive line?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
With Akers and Dobbins gone. Yeah, the Dolphins still have a lot of holes to fill. So I would have liked to have gotten him, but certainly not a be-all, end-all. I don't know for the Dolphins.
Oh.
They do need help at a lot of places. Epinesa would have helped, Now you're in a tough spot, but I think Bond could be the pick here for the Dolphins. Brian Flores, former linebacker coach. And I think at this point, the running backs that are on the board are going to be there anyway. Chris, who do you think for the Dolphins now?
Well, if he doesn't go off the board, I think Dobbins goes. But if he does,
Dobbins is gone. The Ravens took Dobbins.
Okay. It's hard.
Yep, DJ Dallas, I love him, but I think the Dolphins will. I think the Dolphins will eventually take him. I'm pretty excited to have him too.
Maybe Zach Moss. Do they really need the running back there?
I don't think you need to reach for a running back here, though.
No.
No, I don't think they need to reach for a running back either.
I don't think there's anyone there that you need to just reach out and grab.
And maybe Matabuki. Maybe this is where he falls to.
I have to say I'm a little disappointed that Dobbins went one pick ahead of where the Dolphins were picking.
Yeah, because they would have taken him for sure the next pick.
Yeah, I think they would have too. So the Dolphins, I think it could be. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they go here for Midweekday. They take him. Maybe Zach Bond.
Pick is in.
Boy, the Eagles, really horrible. John Harbaugh, pretty excited with that pick. What do you guys? Brian Flores looks happy. My guess that means defense. Brian Flores is a defensive guy. I'm hoping next year at this time we're talking NBA playoffs and some Major League Baseball, and throwing in some draft stuff.
NHL, yeah, exactly.
All I
NHL
can hope
playoffs
for.
would be hot
I've never
rolling
really
right
done
now.
much with the draft in the past, and I just figured with nothing going on, we would do it live. But man, this is just some slow action.
I can say I've honestly never watched this much of the draft.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever watched second round draft.
Here it is.
Maybe somebody was watching the show and they were like, "Hey,
Juan Davis.
this
Oh.
Defensive tackles. Alabama defensive tackles generally pretty good. So those of you who are joining us late, we're just kind of hanging out watching the draft, and we're going to stick with it through the entire second round, and after that, we'll let the third round, we'll just all watch it, and we'll go over it tomorrow, kind of recap it all together. Definitely been some interesting picks in here, and there's still some good talent left on the board. Zach Bond's still on the board. I think he might last all the way to the Lions in the next round unless they trade up to get him. I know Matt Patricia really liked him. The Dolphins have a draft that's starting to look a little ordinary, with all these linemen. But these are the type of drafts that build championships later on. Where you get that quarterback that everybody wanted. And, before the season started, Tua was the guy. And had he not gotten injured, he still might have been the guy. No matter what kind of season Burrow had. I think besides that, you got a lot of guys that are just, pieces to the puzzle. And you got to start somewhere. Well, the Rams back on the clock after that Cam Akers pick. Obviously going to replace Todd Gurley with that. Chris, what are you thinking for the Rams?
My initial thought, like without even thinking, was Zach Trout or Adam Troutman.
Maybe give Goff a little bit of help.
Yeah, he's already got a couple decent receivers. They did get rid of Brandon Cooks. Get him a big tight end.
Let's see who it is.
pick is in." That was quick.
That was it. Well, the pick has been in for a while, but it's who is it gonna be?
Vaughn Jefferson.
Oh, the receiver.
Yeah.
Vaughn Jefferson.
Van Jefferson is Florida.
Van Jefferson.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I don't love the pick.
No.
Don't love it.
I would have taken Mims over Jefferson. Jeez.
Chris likes Mims. He's going to be there for someone. The Vikings went wide receiver in the first round. Jordan Jefferson. Get Mims to go with them. They don't. These are teams that don't need a lot of help. That are generally drafting around this part of the draft. So.
I could see Josh Jones going here to the Vikings. Could never have too much protection for that bum back there.
Yeah, that's a Pro Football Focus seems to be the consensus over there. Josh Jones. Jake Fromm. They're starting to show now.
He just shot his mom to look like, Mom, stop, you're embarrassing me. She started waving at the camera.
Yeah. That's funny. So the Vikings, they beat the Saints last year in the
Is that the wild card round they beat them?
Yeah, no, in the Saints had the home field advantage, or they had the bye. The Vikings won the first round, right?
Yep.
Who did they play? I don't remember.
I thought they played the Saints. No?
No, that's not in the first round. Maybe it was. Who had the byes then? 49ers and Packers. Yeah. So
Green Bay?
Yep. They beat
Yeah, it was Vikings Saints in the divisional.
Yep.
Or in the first round.
And they beat the Saints.
Yep.
In the wild card round. They beat the Saints. And then they lost to the 49ers in the divisional.
Yeah, I think this is the last year we'll be covering the draft.
Well, we can cover it, just we won't have to be as in depth.
Yeah. I think it seemed like a good idea at the time. But I have to say, it's like when I start to not enjoy it. And I think that's where we're at this point.
It's lost its luxury.
It has kind of lost its luster.
Yeah. There's still lots of good players that are left still too that people are going to get on the cheap.
But I think there'll be some, with the Patriots having all those picks in the third round, I expect them to really start to clean house because there's just a lot of leftovers here, a lot of good scraps.
Yeah.
Impact players.
Scraps that are not even really scraps.
No, these are guys that are going to play. So the Vikings take Ezra Cleveland. The rumor of Josh Jones is incorrect. from Pro Football Focus. The crowd there, not the guys at Pro Football Focus. So that's the first one they've been wrong on in a while.
Yep. Vikings take Ezra Cleveland.
Yep. And the Jets are on the clock. It's weird because Pro Football Focus has an entirely different list of who are the best players available compared to who ESPN has. You know,
Got a different list, right?
yeah, totally different. And it's always like this with NFL Network too. You know, same thing. But I don't think Fulton is that good. If he was, he would have been gone by now.
Somebody would have taken him
Someone would
already.
have taken him if he was.
Yeah.
But the Jets here are on the clock here.
I think Jets take Mims.
Chris?
Yeah, I'll go Mims too. Add another receiver to that group.
I think it could be Mims. I think it could be Bond. There's too many good players here. The guy who I like, okay, so there's a few guys here that I could see the Patriots taking, and I could also see some other teams taking that are going to be superstars. So guys that we followed a lot during the regular season, we're getting into Jabari Zuniga territory here.
Yeah.
Second, early third. And I think this is a guy who could end up being the steal of steals in the entire draft. If he stays healthy. If he was healthy, he's a first-round pick.
Someone's comment. Jets are taking from. I think they're joking.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I would. Someone goes, okay, Froms would be worse than Mims.
I think it just goes to show you, when we cover the NFL at Sports Chat and at Pick Dogs, I always consider that this is one of the easier sports to cover. Chris, what do you think? I think that the general public knows less about football that are NFL fans than any other sport.
Yeah.
I would say NFL fans know the least of all the different fan bases of sports. NFL fans, guys that are like that's their sport, they know the least of any sports. I would say college football know the most.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment.
I mean, I'm just reading the Pro Football Focus, chat, and these are guys that have never watched. These are guys that have never watched a college football game. Acting like they're these experts of football. It's like Mims can't separate. Yeah, right. Baylor scored about 1 million points. They were undefeated. They lost 2 games all season long. Both were to Oklahoma, and then they lost to Georgia. Right. They lost to Oklahoma twice and Georgia. Yeah, he stinks. He was their best player. It's like nobody expected anything from that. It's like the Jets take Denzel Mims.
No.
There it is. I think they're going to be really happy with him. Next up is the Ravens back on the board after taking Dobbins last time, and Midwabuke still on the board. Chris, Zach Bond's still here. Most of your guys are now gone. No one nailed the bottom half of the second round like Chris did. Of course, he had those guys taken in first, but Chris owns the bottom half of the second round. I'll tell you, I had Utur Gross Matos going in the first round. He went in the second as well, so I had a few of those guys too.
I'm gonna say Baltimore takes Pittman. Pittman Jr. here.
He's gone already. Pittman Jr. was taken.
Is he gone already?
Oh, it's like Pittman Jr. was
Did I
taken
miss it?
second.
Third in the second.
Oh, my bad.
Colts.
I didn't.
You
Oh,
picked him there.
did not cry.
You
Yeah,
actually
that's right.
picked. You actually picked him in that spot.
And that's
He's so good, he wants him again. He wants to do it.
We'll take a do-over.
This is why we're the puck dogs. We were only here for football because there was hockey on Sundays.
Next up is the NHL draft. No comment.
No, you guys, I'll have to sit that one out. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes into the second round. We're looking at a 2 hour and 30 minutes second round here. It's been tough.
This is kind of like what the NHL does. It's going to be the same kind of thing, except you're going to have these names from like Europe. We're going to be like, what the heck?
So my friend Fitz is like the biggest hockey fan. He's just like you guys, easily. He lives in Boston, and he could tell you like anything about the NHL equally as much as you guys. Equally,
Nice.
Guy for guy with you. He went to the NHL draft when they had it in Boston. He walked out. It was like,
Oh yeah,
brutal.
Oh yeah, brutal.
Trade. The Ravens have traded their pick to the Patriots. Chris, could you be in business?
I hope so.
What do you think it's going to be? You think the Patriots are going to trade the pick now for 2 number 3s?
Oh God, I hope not.
That's
long
the board the Patriots really want.
That's something I think
They
I
need
could
to
definitely
trade.
do. You know?
I think it's Eason because the Titans had Tannehill.
I think it's Easton right here.
Yeah, it's got to be because they
Got to be Easton.
the Titans have Tannehill. They can't be sold on him.
No.
Yeah. And even if they didn't, is Fromm still going to be available at 71 when their next pick is if that's one of the ones they kept?
For sure. I think Fromm will be available there too. So he'll take Easton and Fromm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah. I think Easton goes here. Because I think you had to, because I think Tennessee was eyeing him up. Maybe he won't even. Maybe somebody else.
Look, Josh Jones still on the board. But the Patriots generally take name guys. Bill Belichick is not even at the table. They're showing it on TV. He's not even there. What did the Patriots trade here? The pick is in.
Josh Uche.
Josh Uche. What?
Alrighty.
Well, Chris, what do you think of this one?
You traded to get Uche? Alrighty.
I don't know what to think.
This is an odd pick.
So his dog drafted Uche.
It's odd that they traded up for him.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. Wow.
So, outside linebacker with Bond on the board.
That drug test really does.
Yeah, I mean, people
Stand
say,
out.
"Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter." Oh, it matters.
It matters. Oh yeah.
We're seeing it
We
today.
can see it right here. You're going to be dropped right out of the second round.
But the thing is, the Lions love him. The Lions love Bond. Love, love, love him. So my guess is that's where he's going. But we got a couple more picks. We're just going to stay with you through the end of the second round, and then we're going to bail and we'll go talk about the second and third round on tomorrow's show. Of course, next year,
So the
we're
Patriots
going to be talking about baseball, basketball, and hockey like normal people.
The Patriots did trade that higher third round pick to move up.
Wow.
Wow.
Which leads you to believe.
I think Uche would have still been there.
But what
at
leads you
71.
to believe, what it does lead you to believe there is that they don't want Eason. That Fromm is
No.
what they want.
Yeah. And they'll have to try to peg him at 87th overall.
Well, they could
I don't
trade
know.
up.
Guys are falling like rockets. Bill Belichick's like, we pick someone?
I want to get
What happened? Did I miss something?
You know what that's like? It's like when you have people, if you ever do a fantasy draft and you have guys lined up on your little list on the side, and you step away from your computer and it takes the first guy at the top of your list.
Ugh.
You didn't even mean to pick that guy, but he was on the list. It's
But
just
he was on the list.
I went to get the pizza. The pizza was at the door. What happened? Did it skip my pick?
No, you just take the top guy on the list.
We are winding down the first round here. Goes Bengals, Redskins, Lions, Jets from the Giants in the next round. I believe that's part of the Leonard Williams trade. And then Panthers, Dolphins. So, you got to figure maybe the Dolphins go running back there. The Patriots, have a lot of picks in the third round as possible. If they see a guy they want, they could easily move up and get him. But even looking at those guys drafting ahead of them, there's not a lot of spots where Easton or Fromm is going to go. There isn't.
He's got to go here, I think. But
I mean, the Jags possibly. The Colts. We know he's not going to the Eagles, right? Yeah. Who would have thought Jalen Hurts was going to get drafted, that high? I guess a lot of people, there was a prop on it, right?
Yeah. And I mean, he was the favorite to be the next one off the board, too. So
when we did the morning show, it was 55.5, so that went under. And then after we did the show, it dropped to 50.5, and that went over.
But did anyone have him going to the?
I don't think to the Eagles.
No.
I was with Rod on the rumors. I thought he was going to go to Pittsburgh, but.
Fulton to the Titans.
Fulton. Yeah, Fulton. There goes Fulton.
I just don't think he's that good of a player. But we've got 1, 2, 3 more picks here in the second round, and then we will put it to rest.
Ain't too much left for Green Bay to take anybody offensively to help out Rodgers here, eh?
Well, there's plenty of guys out there, but it's like the receivers that really could have helped them are all gone, and there was a lot of them. I mean, the Broncos got 2.
Oh yeah.
See the defensive backs at LSU. It's basically the guy who wears the 18 jersey is the guy, and then it's everybody else is a reach. So you have to take it for what it's worth on Fulton. If he was that good, he would have been wearing the 18 jersey, and he wasn't.
No. Packers taking a quarterback would be awful. Imagine.
Packers take Eason.
We take Easton. Man, Roger would be so mad, man.
So last year on LSU, the 18 jersey went to Chiazon. But like Patrick Peterson wore the 18 jersey, Jamal Adams wore the 18 jersey. Like, the 18 jersey at LSU is kind of like the 52 jersey at Miami.
I'm just looking at the receivers for Green Bay.
It's at the mailbox. They said they dropped it.
We got Devin Duvernay, Antonio Gandy Golden, KJ Hill, Brian Edwards.
What are you looking at?
I'm just trying to see. I'm seeing the receivers that are available if the Packers decided to go receiver here.
They're going to go.
But a lot of them.
It's going to be Troutman.
Troutman if the
It could be.
Could be Josh Jones.
I was going to say, could be lineman here.
Jordan Elliott.
Rumor has it that's A.J. Dillon. But yeah, there's not a lot of meat left on the bone here. Is Jeff Thomas out of Miami available in this draft? Because he's a great wide receiver. That could go late. Yeah. Jeff Thomas is ranked as the 32nd wide receiver on the board here. And he's a guy that is going to sign on as a free agent with somebody if he doesn't sign here. And you'll watch, he's going to stick. I said the same thing about Allen Hurns. It's the same thing. This guy's better than Hurns. Way better. This guy's like a Jerry Jeudy type. When he came out, it was him, Jerry Jeudy, and the Georgia guy, A.J. Dillon, to the Pack.
Yep.
Probably not the help that Aaron Rodgers was hoping for. Got 2 more picks here in this round, and then we are signing off. Definitely, this is for the hardcore. Rod, I think we're better off doing some horse racing.
I think so too, man.
Which it might come to. We were supposed to do horse racing this week. We didn't do it.
We were supposed to mix some in.
Yeah.
But we were looking. It's kind of like we were looking at them quarter horses and going, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, but we don't need to stay on all day with them. We could just give we could just do a horse racing show. We give our picks for each race before.
Yeah, we can do that. Saturday's a big day. I don't know what races are going on tomorrow. If there's any big ones or not.
Just pick out some tracks and give out some races. We don't need to sit here for 6-7 hours and give out our picks.
And sit here, 20 minutes between each horse race.
Well, there's not that much if they're simulcasting. It's usually just minutes at the most.
It's not bad if you got a couple tracks. Usually you can get a couple going in between, but.
I think I'm gonna start doing horse racing, maybe like how I did Dog of the Day video and stuff. I got to do something. Charles has got some esports for us to do on Spread Knowledge, so. Let's see what's happening here.
I sent Chris the thing, so he's learning the horses. I sent him how to read the program guide.
Trying to learn it.
We got the Chiefs. The pick is in.
Oh, Matabuki or Julian Aquara from Notre Dame.
That would be another reach.
Zach Bond?
I don't think they're in the market. Is it cloth? Anyways, all kinds of stuff coming in the mail to build out the new studio. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is for this desk. Okay. It's like when you live on the island, you have to kind of, if things are less than like $5 on eBay, or you got to buy a bunch of them in hopes that one of them is the right one. This looks to be the right one. Good deal. Try that out tomorrow. See what this is. This looks to be the same. Same thing. I think I got 4 of these. Yeah, this was the thing I ordered, and I was like, I ordered the wrong one. I asked them to cancel it, and they didn't do it. well. The Chiefs selection is in. And it is
Willie Gay.
Willie Gay, Mississippi State. He was suspended, so the Chiefs, after probably haven't learned their lesson from Kareem Hunt, for academic reasons, didn't punch anybody. Seahawks rounded out for the last pick of the second round and the last pick
It
of
goes to
today's
Carolina.
show.
It's traded to Carolina.
Carolina, yeah, they just trade. Carolina's on the clock.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Chris?
Just so I don't have to say his name again, Zach Bond.
Kind of keep it consistent.
It'll be the other guy. Oh wait, he's gone already. I'm gonna say they take Josh Jones.
I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night in a sweat, screaming Josh Jones and Zach Bond.
What do you do? It's a puppy. Oh, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Look at that. Just look.
They send something like this folded up. Idiots. Well, here we go. The last pick of the second round and the last pick of our show. Been real, guys. Enjoyed it.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, this is why we haven't covered the draft in the past.
Another one of those ideas that sounded great in theory, and until we had to execute it, and then
Yeah.
Chin,
Jeremy Chin, wow.
maybe.
No,
Some
maybe
people
that's-
say Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin.
Yep. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at our regular time. Hopefully we have some sports to pick soon. That is more of our game than this.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Have a good one. And we'll see you first thing tomorrow morning, as always. Have a great night.